What is poppin' YouTube? Some big trades have gone down over the last few days, so I wanted to discuss what these big trades look like. If you like Dynasty Fantasy Football, if you like trading, hit that like and subscribe button as we're on the way to 2,000 subs. Starting it off with the first trade, we have Zay Flowers and Bijan Robinson for Ceedee Lamb. Now, when you know Ceedee Lamb, he's currently my wide receiver 3. You got Bijan Robinson, who in startups is currently going somewhere early part of that second round. And then you got Zay Flowers, who a lot of people, even after the amazing rookie season Zay Flowers had, is getting pushed down the board. So when I look at this really clearly, it's 2 quarterback, 12 team, start 11. So for those that play, of course, you know start 11 is a little bit different than start 10, where start 11 you do need a little bit more depth in half, tight, and premium. Honestly, I hate buying into these elite level running backs, but I think it is a fair package for either side. For me, honestly, starting it off here, I am starting it off with Ceedee Lamb. I absolutely love Ceedee Lamb, the overall outlook. I understand start 11, you want to be able to maybe you need that bell cow, you need that hammer running back, but when we're looking at Zay Flowers, I just think that is not the addition needed on top of Bijan to get me to Ceedee Lamb, to get me that warp difference at the wide receiver position. So the first deal, I'm taking Ceedee Lamb. Let me know down below how you feel about these trades, which one you would take. Also leave your Dynasty Fantasy Football trade questions that you have down below, and I will get to them as well. The next one that we have is going to be for Patrick Mahomes. We got Jordan Love and a round 1 pick and the 109 for Patrick Mahomes and the 201. So honestly, the 109, 201, I know that's a big difference in this class, but for me, Jordan Love's worth about 2 firsts. You're getting about 4 firsts worth of value for Patrick Mahomes, but you're also picking up the 201. And listen to me, I've talked about how you want to be able to get 4 firsts, and sometimes you just need a little bit even extra on top to be able to trade that elite level quarterback in Patrick Mahomes. But the fact that the Patrick Mahomes side is also picking up the 201 in this class, really that's what kind of makes it really clear to me that I am taking the Patrick Mahomes 201 side. I want the stud quarterback. I understand you're giving up the 109, but that's outside of a tier for me. You're also giving up a future first plus Jordan Love. So you're not really giving up anything of crazy value to really tier up into Patrick Mahomes, because I have Jordan Love about 2 tiers below Patrick Mahomes. So give me some Patrick Mahomes and 201 side. Now, if you put this deal together in keep trade cut, it looks pretty fair. It looks like a fair deal. But like I said, at the end of the day, the trade calculator might say that is fair. But for me and my Dynasty build, I want the overall upside. So give me some Patrick Mahomes in that deal. The third deal we'll talk about is going to be Josh Allen for Kyle Pitts and Justin Herbert. This is a 2 quarterback, 12 team, start 11, 2 PPR. So of course, there's no tight end premium. Having that 2 PPR makes every position that catches the pass, so the running back, wide receiver, and tight end, even that much more valuable going into this next year with Kyle Pitts. I'm not saying it's a make or break year, but anyone that's tuned into the channel since I started, everyone knows that I've been on the Kyle Pitts bandwagon and I've gotten burned. So now, do I buy back in? Do I agree that Kirk Cousins is going to change everything for Kyle Pitts? I do. I really do. You add on Justin Herbert to that, who Justin Herbert, if we're looking at most Dynasty rankings, has fallen down somewhere around QB7, QB8, just based on the fact that a lot of people are scared about Jim Harbaugh and this overall Chargers offense. For me, I'm leaning Josh Allen here. I actually made a major trade in the middle of my championship push last season. I traded Lamar Jackson and Kyle Pitts plus a first for Josh Allen. So for me, this deal is very similar to kind of that deal. And I still really love the Josh Allen side, even today, after knowing that Kyle Pitts got Kirk Cousins and everything like that. Give me the Josh Allen side over the Kyle Pitts and Justin Herbert side, but also want to hear your thoughts on this deal down below. We move on to the next trade, and it's going to be for another stud. It's going to be for CJ Stroud. We got CJ Stroud for Deshaun Watson, the 103, and the 212. Now, 103, we're assuming you're getting what? Drake May, Jaden Daniels. Deshaun Watson, think he's definitely a very big buy low candidate right now if he can stay out of trouble. I don't know if he's ever going to return to form. I honestly don't think he's going to return to full form, but in the games that we have seen him play, his rushing ability is definitely still there present. The biggest question is, can he get that magic juice that he had back? I don't know. The 212 really irrelevant for me in this trade. If we look over on Keep Trade Cut, the CJ Stroud wins. And for me, that doesn't necessarily dictate it, but it also really, for me, I was leaning the CJ Stroud side. It was not enough on CJ Stroud. So give me the CJ Stroud side here, get you that elite level QB1. The next deal that we will be having is for a wide receiver. It's going to be for Justin Jefferson and a 2 quarterback, 12 team, start 10, full PPR. Justin Jefferson for Puka Nacua, T. Higgins, and the 311. So you're tearing down off of Justin Jefferson to Puka Nacua. For most people is wide receiver 5 to wide receiver 6 in Dynasty, depending on how you talk to. T. Higgins, wide receiver 20, give or take. and the 311. So I understand start 10. You still really want those hammers. So I'm still going to be going with Justin Jefferson. I think you guys are going to start to see the trend that I absolutely love getting that top tier talent. I know there's a lot of people in the space that love tearing down, that love picking up that extra value pieces that they can use in other deals. But for me, like, you can see that whoever made this deal definitely used Creep Trade Cut because it is a fair deal. When you put it here into the trade calculator, just for me, give me this stud. It's a lot of extra stuff. I know Puka Nacua, after that amazing rookie season, there's a lot of hype. There's a lot of promise that that's who he's going to be throughout his career. But we're talking about Justin Jefferson, who's still only 24 years old. He's about to enter the prime of his career, which is crazy because it kind of feels like he's been in the prime of his career. Give me some Justin Jefferson here as that stud wide receiver. We move on to the next trade, and we got Ja'Marr Chase. So we're moving on to my wide receiver 2 in my Dynasty rankings for Devon Achane, Brandon Ayuk, and a 2025 round 1 pick. So let's be clear. Brandon Ayuk, I know there's a lot of rumors about potentially during the draft being someone of a trade candidate. We got Devon, who's right now somewhere around RB7, RB8 on Dynasty rankings. I absolutely, like I said, I think Devon has gotten a little bit higher. A lot of people value him as RB5, RB6. If I can sell for those prices, I'm looking to sell. Ja'Marr Chase, to me, I know that 2025 round 1 pick is also super enticing because I think a lot of people are devaluing the 2025 class already just based on how amazing the 2024 class is. For me in this deal, in a start 9, I want the hammer. Give me Ja'Marr Chase. I know you have to give up a ton. This is a lot to give up for Ja'Marr Chase, especially if you're trading that away. Hopefully you have some depth. Maybe you don't, and you're just banking on the Ja'Marr Chase points per game. But really last season was kind of a down year for Ja'Marr Chase. So let me get the Ja'Marr Chase hammer on to my Dynasty roster. The next trade that we have on the docket is going to be a 2-quarterback, 12-team, start 10, full PPR. We got Kyler Murray and the 102 for Justin Herbert and A.J. Brown. So, wow, what a trade. What a trade. So this is interesting because if you look at Dynasty rankings, you're probably going to see Justin Herbert as the top piece in this deal. But then you got Kyler Murray in the 102. Those are the next 2 pieces of value for me. And then you got A.J. Brown. So this is a really interesting deal for both sides. So at the 102, the thing that I like about the Kyler Murray 102 side is it gives you so much flexibility. Do I take Kyler Murray and do I get Marv? Like, especially if Marv goes to the Cardinals, you just got the stack right there. For some reason, if you like the landing spots of Jaden Daniels or Drake May with New England or Washington, or maybe there's a trade that happens in the NFL draft that just gives you a ton of flexibility going along with Kyler Murray, who I think Kyler Murray is an absolutely underrated Dynasty asset at this current moment. It's like we forgot that he tore his ACL, and that's what we're blaming like last year on, even though he's had like so much rushing upside as a Konami Code quarterback. He might not be the best NFL quarterback. He might not lead the Arizona Cardinals to a Super Bowl, but he might lead me to my fantasy football championship, and that's going to be enough. So right here, I really like the Kyler Murray 2024 pick side over Justin Herbert and A.J. Brown. I mean, I understand if you want Justin Herbert and A.J. Brown, that's really a big win now move. But I think when you're kind of playing the down tier value of Kyler Murray and also being able to pick up the 102, who Marvin Harrison Jr. right now is going the back end of the first, early second round of startups, I absolutely love this value. So let me know down below. I think this one's an interesting one where I definitely want your opinion. Are you taking the Kyler Murray 102 side, or are you taking the Justin Herbert, A.J. Brown side? Move on to our next trade, and it's going to be Amon Ra St. Brown straight up for Jahmyr Gibbs. And I hear you. Jahmyr Gibbs, I was not as high as I should have been on him last season, both in Dynasty and also in redraft. But Amon Ra St. Brown, wide receiver 4, I think you could make the argument, him and Marvin Harrison Jr., who do you have over one another? I think a lot of you in the community, after I put up my wide receiver rankings and I had Marv ahead of Amon Ra St. Brown, you guys were like, Caleb, dude, he's done it. Why are we having Marvin Harrison Jr., who has an amazing profile? Why are we putting him so high in the Dynasty rankings? I understand, but in a 2-quarterback, 12-team, start 10, full PPR, half-point tight end premium, I still want the wide receivers. I understand you have to pay up to get an elite level running back, but this isn't even like a fair deal. Amon Ra St. Brown in startups is going like 5 to 7 spots ahead of Jahmyr Gibbs. Now, I understand you might love Jahmyr Gibbs in the overall upside. You see the fast explosion, the hands, the Alvin Kamara-esque. Just got to give me some Amon Ra St. Brown here. I understand everything is kind of predicated on team build, but just give me some Amon Ra St. Brown here. Move on to our next deal, and we got a Jalen Hurts. We got Jalen Hurts deal. We got Justin Herbert, Deontay Johnson, the 107 and the 209, Jalen Hurts, Mark Andrews, and Alvin Kamara. So the team on the right is clearly going for it all. The team on the left is clearly rebuilding. And this is the thing. I understand Justin Herbert, his value's down, but I still prefer Jalen Hurts. I have him about 2 spots ahead of Justin Herbert in my Dynasty rankings. So when there, then you got Mark Andrews, this is 1 point tight end premium. So Mark Andrews versus like Deontay Johnson in the 107. The 107, I mean, you're assuming that you're probably getting Brock Bowers there. So I guess you're kind of giving the edge to that side. But then Alvin Kamara is worth more than the 209 in this class. So this is a really fair deal. So shout out to whoever did this deal. For me, I want the hitters. I want the heavy hitters. I want Jalen Hurts, Mark Andrews, Alvin Kamara. Now, I understand where you're thinking, hey, I'm getting Justin Herbert. I might get, at the 107, I might get Brock Bowers to replace Mark Andrews. I might get J.J. McCarthy if he goes super high to get a second quarterback. Like, there's a lot of deals that can make this left side absolutely blow the right side out of the water if you're looking back at it in a few months, if you're looking back at it next season. But I definitely want the Jalen Hurts. I want the Mark Andrews. I want the Alvin Kamara side of that deal. And we are coming down. We got 2 final deals. So like I said, if you guys haven't hit that like button, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, once you hear in the community we're building, on the way to 2K subs before the NFL draft, once you hear in the community we're building, we move on to the next guy, Joe Burrow. Joey B. I'm a Cincinnati Bengals fan. It's great to have Joey B make an appearance on the trade show. We then have Joey B for Quentin Johnston, the 105, a 2025 round 1, and then a 2025 round 4 pick. So the 4th and Quentin Johnston, let's be clear. I understand the upside that a lot of people might have with Quentin Johnston, thinking right now he's the wide receiver 1 or wide receiver 2, depending on how you view Josh Palmer. Not valuable. You go look at the 105. Like, you're trading out of Joey B and you're hoping at the 105 you're going to get Jaden Daniels or Drake May. You're probably ending up with Malik Neighbors. And then the 2025 round 1 pick, I know I said it's like devalued, but you're getting like 2 first and trash for Joey B. And I think Joey B is being undervalued because he didn't really play last season. So give me the Joey B side over all of that. I know it's 14 teams. So like, I understand in 14 team you need depth. It's start 9 half PPR. Hear me out. I understand. But you want to hammer on your 14-team team to beat out all the other teams and to get one of those elite level quarterbacks. It should be a little bit more expensive than that in a 14-team league. Ending off the trade show here today, we got the 101 for Lamar Jackson. Now, if you look at startups today, they're going pretty much back-to-back, if not Lamar Jackson going 1 spot ahead of Caleb Williams at the 101. Now, I understand in a 2-quarterback, 12-team, start 10, why you might do this. For me, we have not seen Caleb Williams do this. What's Caleb Williams' ceiling? It's Patrick Mahomes. It's Josh Allen. What's Caleb Williams' floor? Guys that we've seen a bust. A Trevor Lawrence, potentially, who Trevor Lawrence is now going in the 2nd round of startups. If we look at Lamar Jackson, at his peak, he was the QB2 in Dynasty. At his lowest, he's been QB7. And he has the contract. So for me, if I need a quarterback, and that's the way I'm playing things, give me some Lamar Jackson. Even if I am rebuilding, I still want Lamar Jackson as my QB1, because I think if we look at this in a year from now, by the time the season starts to start, Lamar Jackson is going to be still more valuable than Caleb Williams. Now, I'm not over here hating on Caleb Williams. Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, DeAndre Swift in the backfield. Like, it's an amazing landing spot for a rookie quarterback. Just give me some Lamar Jackson in that deal. So let me know what you think of these deals down below. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. We're putting out a video each and every day this week. So if you haven't tuned into any of my other content this week, make sure to go check that out. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.